Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I'm back with another apartment renovation, and we're going to be renovating 910 Medina Studios in the world of San Myshuno. This is going to be a darker, sort of moodier apartment for a sim who really likes to read. And it's going to be more of a studio apartment with a lofted bedroom. So I really hope you'll enjoy how this one turns out. If you do and you'd like to download it, it is available right now on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag Gryphi, and that information is in the description down below as well. I do want to mention though, I did have to remove the platform in order to upload this all as one room, but I left the fencing that's on the edge so you'll be able to see where the platform is supposed to go. That's just kind of how you have to upload apartments to the gallery, unfortunately. So I just wanted to mention it. So the first thing I wanted to do was grab these bookcases from the Book Nook kit and sort of make a wraparound bookcase that was surrounding a window up in the lofted bedroom. And I used these two windows here from the Love Struck pack. I thought that they worked so beautifully. And I loved this bed from City Living. The dark wood tones were just so dreamy. And at this point, I'm trying different rugs to figure out what color scheme I want to have in this space other than having the brown. And that's when I put down this wallpaper with the florals on it, and it was immediately a yes. This is the color scheme I wanted to go with. And so we are just going to, throughout the rest of this apartment, be trying to figure out how to make it all work together, not feel too matchy-matchy, but still bring in a lot of the colors from that wallpaper. And right now I am trying to figure out what rug to use. Do I want to use a blue, a yellow, a more like purpley red that is on the wallpaper? And I change it so many different times, both the rug and this ottoman. So we are going to be swapping that out here shortly for actually a couch piece from the like modular couches that are in Dream Home Decorator because it matched a little bit better. So you'll see that here momentarily, but I am first just figuring out some of the cushions up here. I just really wanted it to feel cozy and like a nice space for your Sims to come and read a book or relax. This is obviously the bedroom space, but I really wanted it to feel like their sort of like reading retreat or escape from everything. So I wanted it to be super cozy and have lots of different areas to sit down and enjoy diving into a different world. That's sort of what it feels like when you're reading a really good book and you get sucked in. You're just like leaving your current reality and going into that one. I love to read. I just never have time anymore. I believe I only read 3 books last year, which is actually a little bit sad because I just enjoy it so much. I just have no time to do it. But making a space that is for a sim that does have the time to sit down and read and collect books is just so dreamy. So I had so much fun with this one. Anyway, working on the bedside tables, I made sure to get some plants. I love the old phone that I put over on one of them. And the lamp I used is actually from the Refined Living Room kit. It's just such a soft light, and I really enjoyed that. And then I brought in more of that pretty reddish purple color with these flowers on the bookcase. And then I am adding some other books and stuff and trying to figure out what curtains I want to have up here. I ended up using these ones from, I think they're from Businesses and Hobbies, and they deleted themselves a few times because I did go ahead and resize them with tools. So I do have to place them back a few different times, but I thought that they looked so nice in the space. They're kind of like a creamy off-white color. And I used some of the curtain rods that came with the Desert Luxe pack to make them blend in a little bit better. And I also used Tool to delete the Needs TLC items in this apartment. Sometimes I leave them, sometimes I don't, but I didn't feel like it made a lot of sense in here. They were kind of in the way, so I did end up getting rid of them. And then I am playing around with which sofa I want to have. I knew I wanted to have a blue sofa, so at first I was thinking the one from the Casanova Cave kit would be good, but I ended up swapping it out for this one instead from Cottage Living. I think it worked so much better, and this quarter was just begging for a really tall plant. And so I knew just the one to grab. So just placing that down now and getting some artwork above it. And then we are heading into the kitchen space to figure out the layout over here and what cabinets I wanted to use. I do end up keeping these ones from Jungle Adventure. I feel like they're just the correct brown for the space. And I play around with the layout a little bit. It does end up being a U-shaped kitchen like this. It's just a little bit more narrow so that it doesn't feel like it's squishing the living room too much. So just pushing that back now and then adding our fridge and getting our upper head cabinets and some shelving and stuff. I just wanted to plan out the space. I don't fully decorate it right now. I just want to know that I figured out the layout and am happy with how it's going to work with the rest of the space, and then we'll come back to it a little bit later. I just end up picking out the backsplash, go through a few different options, grab some columns to kind of end those spaces, and I get a beautiful window up above the stove, which I know is a thing in real life. Some places will have these like picture windows like this up above a stove, but I've never actually seen it personally, and it sounds like it would get so dirty. But then again, I haven't had a kitchen since I was a child that had a window in the kitchen. I have like a galley style kitchen with no windows, so it's just a little unfamiliar for me. But anyway, we are continuing on the living room now. I picked out a frame TV, a nice yellow chair in the corner. We have a record player in here, and I knew I wanted to use that gorgeous new chandelier that came with Businesses and Hobbies, so that is over the living room space. I have some piles of books here, a nice mug for your coffee or tea, and getting some pillows on the couch to make it look a little bit more cozy. I feel like the primary area your sim is going to be reading is probably up near their bookcases and like sitting in that window and looking out at the city, but I wanted the living room to be super cozy for that as well. And then I am picking out a beautiful mirror and some artwork on this wall. I ended up using this new piece of artwork that came with the Sanctuary kit, and 2 of the photos have Bella Goth in them, but this one just felt a little bit odd if you're not building for the Goths, so I covered that one with a different photo. And then I decided at this point, because this was the perfect colors, that this sim was going to be interested in wine, so we do have a globe bar in here. I have that beautiful glass of wine painting, and the kitchen ends up having a couple of bottles of wine in it as well. But working on cluttering up the bookshelf now and the stand under the TV, I ended up using a lot of pieces from the Refined Living Room kit. We have some beautiful vases and other decor pieces, so I'm just figuring out the placement of all of those right now. I end up getting this bust. I have a bowl under the TV, and I end up grabbing some other books as well to really just fill up this bookcase because it's a little bit sparse. It is one from Crystal Creations. I love the ladder on it, and I just really wanted to use it in the space, even though I primarily used the Book Nook kit in the bedroom. I wanted to have something different down here and an excuse to use this bookcase, so why not? So yeah, just grabbing some more books down here. I love that vase, and I'm just gonna place these a little bit better so they're not so randomly slotted. I think things look better when you manually place them instead of just letting them slot. So that's what I did there, and then I ended up getting some artwork over here as well because it felt like it was just missing something, some sort of height in that area. So I moved to that, and then I am grabbing some shelves here in the kitchen. I just tucked those under the cabinet. And of course, I had to get cutting boards. I get them in pretty much every build. I just think they look really nice. And then in this corner, I do also get some utensils. I grabbed a coffee machine and a dishwasher. And I didn't want to clutter up the space too much, but I did grab one bag of coffee and a couple of mugs to put by the coffee pot. And this coffee pot is actually from the Cozy Bistro kit. It's my favorite coffee pot in the game. I just think it's so pretty. I really like how it's a little bit more vintage in style. And then I ended up picking out these lights to go over the kitchen. I struggled with the lighting in here for a really long time for the kitchen, but I settled with these. I'm not sure they're the perfect fit, but they're kind of cute. And then I ended up actually just putting a few more pots and pans and a barrel to age wine up there, as we have really tall ceilings in this apartment. And that should be pretty much it for the kitchen, other than this chalkboard I put on the shelves and a little rug to stand on while you're washing dishes or cooking or whatever. Oh, and I also grabbed some towels that I merge into the other side of the counter, so it looks like you have some towels to easily dry the dishes with or dry your hands. I think those towels are from the fitness stuff pack, and they were just that perfect color. There's not a lot of that color in the game. It's sort of like a wine reddish purple tone. And so I really struggled with finding things that would match throughout this entire space. So I was really happy to get those towels. And now we are working on the entryway. I just have a side table here from the Crystal Creations pack with a nice gold mirror above it, a very simple rug, and some artwork here. I went more with the wine theme. This is a print from the Cozy Bistro kit as well. I think it is so pretty, and I wanted to grab some shoes to put by the entryway, as well as a burglar alarm, a place to hang your coats, all of your simple entryway necessities. Or maybe not all of them are necessary, but I just wanted it to feel very full, and that's what I ended up going with. And then I grabbed this plant here. It has that beautiful color we've been using throughout in it, so I thought it was perfect. And I ended up just getting a couple of books. I get this one and then a different bookshelf as well. There it is. And that's pretty much the entryway. And we are working on the bathroom now, which I end up using this gorgeous blue tile in. I do end up changing the wallpaper on a couple of the walls to be that wood paneling that I have in the living room, but I loved the blue tile in here. And I tried a few different options for the sink. At first, I had the same counters from the kitchen, then I tried these standing sinks here, and I just didn't feel like it was correct. The problem was that I really wanted to use the counters, but the counters actually have a silver drawer on them, and I really wanted to use gold in this space. So I ended up going with these things instead from Jungle Adventure, and I think they worked beautifully. And then I just get a couple of decorations and bring in these flowers once again. And that is pretty much it for this apartment. Just gonna get our last few pieces here with a couple of bathrobes and I believe a full-length mirror and a bath mat as well. And then we're going to be heading on into screenshots. So I really hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more and click that bell to be notified when I upload. And a massive thank you to my YouTube members for all of your support. If you'd like to become a member yourself, you can click the join button below the video or the link in the description. Enjoy the screenshots and I'll see y'all soon. Bye everyone.